Transfer news today. Ethan Nwaneri says no to Arsenal's contract offer. Victor Osimhen's supposed move to Galatasaray further delayed by Napoli. More transfer news to come on the channel, and let's go straight into it. So Ethan Nwaneri, the past few days or couple of days, we've had this whole thing about Ethan Nwaneri wanting to leave Arsenal. And in recent days, there's been the talk about him rejecting the offer made by Arsenal because he says he wants more game time. Yes, he should have more game time. Yes, he deserves more game time. And we've had different pundits, someone Talk Sports coming to say, how dare he, request for more game time. He's just 17 going on 18 years old. Now, one thing about football players is this. Football players, they know their pecking order. They respect the pecking order. I'm sure Ethan Nwaneri isn't looking to play ahead of Martin Odegaard. I'm sure he is not looking for that. Arsenal fans in the comment section, correct me if you think I'm wrong. But when Odegaard is not available, who should you go for next? Now, there have been games in the past season where Odegaard was injured and therefore unavailable. Then what you had was you had 3 DMs played in the place of Ethan Nwaneri. So if you're a player, what do you think? What do? You think to yourself, probably this club doesn't value me. Now, some people say he's young, which is true. He's pretty young. But when you're at the age that Ethan Nwaneri is, when you're in this dispensation, you look at what your contemporaries are doing, just like in life. Look at what your contemporaries are doing. Look at Lamine Yamal. I'm sure he sees himself to be at par with Lamine Yamal. A lot of people might say, oh, he's not Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is super special. The only reason Lamine Yamal has become super special in most people's eyes is he's been given that opportunity to show what he can do for Barcelona. So he's done that. He showed what he can do at Barcelona. So Ethan Nwaneri would feel to himself, the few opportunities I've had for Arsenal, I think I've played very well. So I think I should be given more game time. I deserve more game time. But if the club, it's a simple thing. If Arsenal feel like, okay, we don't think you deserve that much game time, we think you're still young, we can't match up with your demands, then they should put a very substantial transfer fee on his head and let him go. So all this talk, all this supposed sanctimonious attitude from different pundits, like he's stolen someone's dog because he says he wants more game time or he will leave, doesn't quite make any sense to me. I know some people say, oh, you have some ulterior motives because he possibly would go to Chelsea because Chelsea have been linked to him. Well, there's that, but on the other hand as well, you don't want the player that is unhappy being on your books, number one. Secondly, if you can give the player what he wants, then why would you tie him to the team, especially when you refuse to play him? Arsenal fans, don't get angry, don't get irate at the young player. You should be more upset at Mikel Arteta. He hasn't given young players that much opportunity to play, especially young players in the offensive third of the pitch. So Ethan Nwaneri is saying no to their contract offer. Let's see how it shakes down. Maybe, who knows, maybe that's just some ploy to get them to offer more money. Let's see. But if I'm Ethan Nwaneri, I will stand fast, stand my ground, and look for a move to a club where I know I will be playing, because you have to be playing. When you're a talent like this, you don't want your growth stunted. You don't want people telling you you're not old enough to be playing. When you see the likes of Rodrigo Mora playing game in, game out for FC Porto, you see Gilberto Mora playing for Mexico, leading the Mexican national team, senior national team. When you see Lamine Yamal doing what he's doing for Barcelona, all in and around the same age as you. So let me know your thoughts and opinions about that in the comment section. Now we go on to the next bit of news. Victor James Osimhen. This transfer saga has lasted a long time, more than I'm sure Victor Osimhen himself would like, and I think all the parties involved as well. But Napoli, they keep playing hardball. That's why initially, after he had that penalty incident where he missed the penalty and Napoli made fun of their own player I was of the mindset. My own opinion was, Victor Osimhen, look at what this club have done to you. Do not renew that contract, because you're going to have a crazy buyout clause that a lot of clubs would not want to pay. And true to form, when he renewed the contract, he had that £100+ million buyout clause, which I think wasn't that crazy in my opinion, but for whatever reason, clubs have refused to pay it. Clubs have used that as an excuse. A lot of clubs have used that as PR, to their fan bases, So, and then he moved to Galatasaray. Superb form for Galatasaray. Scored 37 goals in 40 odd appearances, which is just amazing. And then, as a result, Galatasaray wanted him to be in their team. They want to make the deal permanent. They've offered, is it 65 million euros a year about for the services of Victor Osimhen, but Napoli, out of the blues, have said no, we're demanding for the full 75 million euros buyout clause, because he signed a new extension before he moved to Galatasaray that added an additional year to his contract, and then also reduced his buyout clause to 75 million euros. So Napoli right now are reportedly insisting for the entirety of the 75 million euros, and they are not looking to reduce their demands or back down on their demands. Let's see how that shakes down. Now, Victor Osimhen has already agreed a 16 million euros, salary or wage package with Galatasaray. So for me, I think that's a good deal for the player on the player side of things. But I think maybe part of me thinks Napoli are playing a game with a Premier League side. They're playing a game, they're in cahoots with the Premier League side, where they'll frustrate every other person, and then when the Premier League side makes the offer, they'll go on to accept it, because he was about to leave. If I'm Victor Osimhen, what I'll do is, am I going to play? Then I'll go in and play. I say, don't worry, I'll stay, I'll play out my contract, and then I'll live on the free. But let's see how it all shakes out. Let me know some opinions in the comment section. From a Nigerian perspective, I want Victor Osimhen to be playing, so he's in tip-top shape when he gets to play for the Super Eagles in the World Cup qualifiers, and indeed when he gets to play in the AFCON later on this year. So fingers crossed, let's hope everything is sorted out. Let me know your opinions on Ethan Nwaneri rejecting Arsenal's latest contract offer, as well as Napoli insisting on the full 75 million euros buyout clause. Now I want to talk about another Victor. Yes, it seems all the strikers from Nigeria are named Victor. You have Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, but this is Victor Orakpo. It's a young striker who's rather on the books of OGC Nice, but now he's gone on loan. He's sent on loan to Montpellier, and let's see what happens there. I hope he gets game time. And incidentally, OGC Nice are owned by Ineos, who own 25% of Manchester United. Jim Ratcliffe and the likes. And Montpellier used to be the club, is the former club of Adams Akor that currently plays for Sevilla. So hopefully he is giving game time, because he needs to play. He has a lot of talent. He has enormous high ceiling, very high ceiling in my opinion, but you have to be playing. Just like I said with Ethan Nwaneri, at this time, at this point of your development as a player, as a Wonderkid, you should be playing. It's so important. You don't want your growth stunted. So good luck to him, and we'll be following him, and we'll bring all the latest development in and around his career and his time at Montpellier on this channel. So if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so you're notified each time a video comes on this channel, whether it is pre-recorded or a live stream. Now we'll talk about one more player as well. So he is Esosa Sule, a Nigerian eligible player born in Scotland, but after a while moved to England and has been on the books of West Brom, playing for their academy sides alongside the likes of Divine Onyemachi. But he signed a contract extension with West Brom, and then now has gone on loan to Motherwell, a season-long loan. I think he will get to play for their first team, and hopefully he gets to lead the line. And like I've said, I think that seems to be a running team right now. We need these players playing. We need them playing regular football, in my opinion. So what are your opinions about this? He is another attacking player, a striker. Let's see what he can do. And like I always say about the NFF and the National Sports Commission, I'm not saying Esosa should automatically be in the first team in Nigerian Super Eagles. I'm not saying Victor Orakpo should be in the Super Eagles, but you begin to bring them within that ecosystem of Nigerian football, so they know this is where I belong. So I want to know your thoughts and opinions on all the topics I've spoken of so far. And then the last bit is, or the last couple of news items I've just mentioned, still transfer based. Andre Obinna DK, a West Ham player of Nigerian descent. Obviously, he has signed his first professional contract with West Ham, so good luck and congratulations to him. And then as well, Kobe Iberi as well, an Everton player, has signed contract extension with Everton, so that's a good one for him. Hopefully, I think that young players, so at this age, you don't have any sort of crazy buyout clauses. So just to tell everyone, there will be a show on this channel where I'll be focusing on Nigerian hammers, that is Nigerian players at West Ham United, at West Ham. We'll be talking about players like your Emeka Diele, we'll be talking about Joshua Jala, talking about players like Andre as well. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video, and hopefully I'll see you on yet another video. So stay well, stay blessed.